On a crisp autumn morning, the sun cast a golden glow over the small town of Maplewood, a picturesque place where everyone knew each other by name. The leaves, painted in shades of orange and crimson, danced in the gentle breeze, setting the perfect backdrop for a celebration. It was October 12th, a day that held special significance for one family, the day they would celebrate the 16th birthday of their beloved daughter, Emily Parker. Emily was a bright, spirited girl known for her infectious laughter and kind heart. With her long chestnut hair cascading down her back and sparkling hazel eyes that seemed to reflect the very essence of joy, she was a beacon of light in the lives of those around her. Friends often described her as the glue that held their group together, always organizing outings, encouraging everyone to join in on adventures, and embracing life with an enthusiasm that was contagious. This birthday was supposed to be a culmination of her sweet 16 dreams, a day filled with laughter, friends, and family. The celebration was planned meticulously. Her parents, Sarah and Michael, had arranged a surprise party at their home, inviting all of Emily's closest friends. The decorations were up, the cake was baked, and the air was filled with excitement. Emily, oblivious to the preparations, spent the morning with her friends, enjoying a leisurely brunch at their favorite cafe. They giggled over pancakes and shared stories, the kind that would be etched in their memories forever. But as the clock ticked closer to evening, a strange sense of unease began to creep into the day. Emily had always been punctual, and when she didn't return home by the time the sun dipped below the horizon, her parents began to worry. They called her phone, but it rang and rang, unanswered. Panic set in as they tried to piece together her whereabouts. Sarah and Michael decided to drive to the cafe, hoping to find her there, surrounded by friends. When they arrived, the cafe was buzzing with laughter, but Emily was nowhere to be found. Her friends, initially confused, quickly turned worried, recounting the last moments they had spent together. Emily had mentioned wanting to take a walk to clear her mind, a simple request that now seemed ominous. She had stepped outside, the last sighting of her marked by a wave goodbye and a smile that promised she would return soon. As the hours dragged on, the sun surrendered to the night, and the reality of the situation began to sink in. Emily was missing. The police were called, and soon a small army of officers descended upon Maplewood. They canvassed the area, interviewing friends and family, searching the nearby parks, and combing through the woods that bordered the town. Flyers with Emily's picture were distributed, her face a haunting reminder of the joy that had turned to despair. The timeline of events became a focal point for the investigation. Emily had last been seen around 3:30 p.m., and by 5 o'clock p.m., her parents were already on the phone with law enforcement. As night fell, the search intensified. Search dogs were brought in, their noses trained to sniff out any trace of the girl who had vanished without a trace. The community rallied, forming search parties that scoured every inch of Maplewood. Friends and neighbors joined hands, their hearts heavy with worry, calling out her name, hoping for a response that would never come. Days turned into weeks, and the investigation took on a life of its own. The police explored every avenue, from the mundane to the bizarre. They investigated Emily's social media accounts, searching for any clues that might lead them to her. They interviewed her friends multiple times, hoping to uncover any detail that had been overlooked. Theories began to emerge, some grounded in reality, others steeped in speculation. One theory suggested that Emily had run away, overwhelmed by the pressure of growing up and the expectations that came with it. But those who knew her best dismissed this notion, insisting that Emily had always embraced life and her family wholeheartedly. Another theory posited that she had encountered foul play, a chilling thought that sent shivers down the spines of those who loved her. The idea that someone could harm such a vibrant soul was unfathomable. As the investigation continued, strange clues began to surface. A witness claimed to have seen a girl matching Emily's description walking towards the woods, while another reported seeing a vehicle parked suspiciously near the cafe around the time she disappeared. Each lead was pursued vigorously, but they led to dead ends, leaving investigators and the community frustrated and heartbroken. Emily's family struggled to cope with the emotional turmoil of her disappearance. Sarah often found herself staring into the abyss of her daughter's empty room, clutching the birthday gifts that would never be opened. Michael, once a pillar of strength, felt the weight of despair pressing down on him, his heart aching with every passing day. Friends held vigils, lighting candles in Emily's honor, sharing stories of her kindness and laughter, hoping that somehow she could hear them. As months turned into years, the case grew cold, but Emily's memory remained alive in the hearts of those who loved her. The town of Maplewood, once a place of joy and laughter, became a somber reminder of loss. Each year on October 12th, her family organized a memorial walk, inviting the community to join in solidarity, to keep Emily's spirit alive in their hearts. They shared stories, laughed through tears, and vowed to never forget the girl who had vanished on her birthday. But as time passed, the mystery of Emily Parker's disappearance continued to haunt the town. The unanswered questions loomed large, and the theories surrounding her fate only grew wilder. Some whispered of a secret life, suggesting that Emily had been involved in something far beyond the understanding of her family and friends. Others spoke of the supernatural, claiming that her spirit lingered in the woods, waiting for someone to uncover the truth. Despite the passage of time, the Parker family refused to lose hope. They continued to advocate for missing persons, sharing their story to raise awareness and support for families enduring similar anguish. They became involved with organizations dedicated to finding missing children, their voices echoing the plea that no one should ever have to experience the pain of losing a loved one without closure. Then, on the 10th anniversary of Emily's disappearance, a break in the case came unexpectedly. A woman, moved by the stories she had heard over the years, came forward with information that sent shockwaves through the investigation. She revealed that she had seen a girl resembling Emily at a distant location, far from Maplewood, shortly after she had vanished. The details were vague, but they reignited the flame of hope in the Parker family's heart. The police reopened the case, launching a renewed investigation into the mysterious disappearance of Emily Parker. They followed leads, interviewed new witnesses, and combed through evidence that had long been overlooked. The community rallied once more, their collective determination to bring Emily home stronger than ever. As the investigation progressed, the emotional responses from Emily's family and friends fluctuated between hope and despair. The possibility of finding her alive after all these years was both exhilarating and terrifying. They clung to the belief that every day was a step closer to the truth, that perhaps one day they would have the answers they so desperately sought. Through it all, the story of the girl who vanished on her birthday became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that love transcends time and distance. Emily's laughter echoed in the hearts of those who knew her, a melody that refused to fade away. The mystery surrounding her disappearance became a call to action for others, urging them to cherish their loved ones and to never take a moment for granted. As we reflect on the tale of Emily Parker, we find ourselves confronted with the fragility of life and the strength of the human spirit. Each of us carries the responsibility to share stories like hers, to ensure that no one is forgotten, that no one's voice goes unheard. We must advocate for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the families left in the wake of uncertainty and loss. Let us come together to honor Emily's memory, to raise awareness for missing persons, and to support those who continue to search for their loved ones. Share this story, spread the word, and let the world know that Emily Parker is not just a name. She is a reminder of the love that binds us all together, and the hope that one day, every mystery will find its resolution. If this story moved you, don't let it fade away like so many others. Please, like this video, share it, and subscribe to Beyond Facts TV for more true crime stories that deserve to be told. Because sometimes, the only way to find the truth is to keep telling the story.